Envision landing the once-in-a-lifetime chance to speak with Cristiano Ronaldo and seeing that through. But hear me out, let's elevate the irreverent moments in football to a new plane. For instance, if the player's actions could result in a jail sentence. Everything began in 2019, since Nice had hoped that Lamina's Diaby would serve as her covert tool. He thus practiced day and night to fulfill their dreams. He had a serious injury to his ankle. Nice soon lost faith in him, and Casper Dolberg took his position. And here's where the rudeness comes in. Since Casper's arrival on the scene drew attention right away, it was one of his best seasons as a player. Nevertheless, Lamina's inability to sleep at night resulted from this. He felt as though his value was zero every day, so he sat in the shadows, plotting with jealousy. One day at training, Lamina performs the unimaginable by breaking into Casper's locker covertly. After practice, Casper went to the locker room and saw that something was gone, his watch costing $76,000. After that, the club initiated a thorough police investigation, which helped to identify Casper's colleagues as the main suspects. And after a few days of terror, Lamina at last told the truth. Lamina lost his football deal because he took Casper's most treasured item. However, unlike Mario Balotelli's prank warfare, at least his irreverent antics didn't cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's because Mario advanced his career when he moved to Manchester City in 2011. But there was a significant issue. Just because he was bored, he chose to start a riot. Mario once had to share the pitch with the Manchester City young squad when he arrived for training. Mario made the moral decision to shoot an arrow at the children rather than helping them with their routines or serving as a role model for them. He added that it was all a joke. At this point, things were unpleasant since Mario's allies didn't find it amusing and knew just how to extract retribution. If you know Mario at all, you know that his Maserati is his greatest passion outside of football. Mario's teammates had known he was going on vacation and had forgotten his whip, so this was the ideal time to act impolitely. They look for a parked automobile to leave Mario with a tiny gift as he takes off. However, I don't believe Mario requested that Santa do that. For when Mario finally returned home 2 weeks later, all he wanted to do was take a midnight drive and taste the dangers. However, the automobile smelled even worse than mine when he arrived. Given that they trashed his $200,000 automobile and packed it full of rotten fish, he must detest our son. The value of our boy Mario is $95 million. He must purchase another wig. However, Mauro Icardi nearly died as a result of his rude actions. People have the tendency to think incorrectly. And it all began when Icardi was a young child, since he grew up loving football. Interestingly, Maxi Lopes was his idol, and so it happened that they met. However, who would have thought that this would spark a worldwide controversy? Let's go back to 2011. McCartney reached the major leagues. He developed into a superb athlete fast, and the teen realized he had the potential to become soccer's next big thing. He idolized him, therefore they decided to surround him with the greatest teammates possible, and thus the two became friends off the pitch. He began to hang out, and our friendship blossomed, but after that it got impolite, as Maxi was wed to supermodel Wanda Nara at the time. She also sees where this is headed. Icardi had a tight relationship with Maxi, but Icardi grew closer to Wanda. Maxi saw it, so she drew Icardi aside and inquired, "Hey, are you applauding the employer of your wife?" Icardi was also crazy, but that wasn't the worst of it. Wanda and Maxi parted ways. Should they divorce? In addition to marrying Wanda and getting her a tattoo with all of Maxi's children's names, Icardi will at least make an effort to keep their friendship intact. Including it would be a better idea. Maxi got a call out of the blue, and this was an unprecedented degree of disrespect. And they threatened to end Icardi's life as well as ruin his career, because out of all the girls in the world, he selected his closest friend. They had never heard anything so impolite as that. Right up until 2014, Lee Mansell done something dubious, unless he was being impolite. People all around the town were decorating and putting up Christmas joy at that time, as there were only a few days left till Christmas. Nevertheless, the game was not being played at Memorial Stadium despite the brisk winter wind blowing there. It grew hot very quickly because Bristol Rovers was the only team playing. Who would have imagined that this match would be a midfield showdown, even though it was on the Christmas list? Lee Mansell got into a fight with Gateshed's Golden Boy in the 74th minute, with Bristol leading 3-2, since he failed to hear the phrase "enough man." Not only did you seem foolish on live television, but the guy also said your breasts smell bad. But don't dislike my child, please, since he have a fantastic season. I'm not sure how much that matters because this club was losing 5 straight games. I'll give him time though. However, Seamless realized it was either now or never to break the losing trend when he showed up for the match against Werder Bremen. This is because the squad they were playing had not won a game in the previous 2 months. Thus, he realized that if he lost, it was time to complete the application. However, he was self-assured and prepared to take a joke. 30 minutes into the game, our lad Celis had a golden chance and both teams were fired up. In the penalty shootout, he lined up and made his offer. But there were still 60 minutes to go. The squad had a 1-0 lead thanks to Celis' performance, but until stoppage time in the final 90 minutes, nothing happened. You ought to have noticed that following the first goal, I see. Celis didn't hurt anyone, at least, for Zlatan's actions are not just contentious. Into the irreverent kick flick Hall of Fame, that is what he desired. 2019 saw him having to reveal his father's identity to MLS. He was therefore practically unstoppable when he joined the Galaxy. But Zlatan felt he had to humiliate the guys because he didn't think they respected him. And he did something that no other player had dared to do before the much-awaited contest. Galaxy jumped up to an early lead. But Zlatan has a different body type than other celebrities who maintain their modesty and let their work speak for itself. Thus, it took some time for the situation to heat up. Zlatan seemed curiously preoccupied with one individual during the contest, and Zlatan lost all self-control for an hour. This person was grabbed by him and thrown to the ground. "I had no idea that you took such a risk, Zlatan, my brother." But pay attention, when Zlatan was questioned about the incident, he gave a straightforward response. The match was too easy. He needed to annoy everyone, but hold on. Things improve. Naturally, when he threw his opponent to the ground, the game changed around and RSL scored the equalizer 3 minutes later, tying the score. The next few minutes of play were crucial. But Zlatan is a man we all know. He's alive because of that. The Galaxy realized they had a chance in the 77th minute. Zlatan not only wanted to complete the deal, but he also made a meme out of his defender. The decision about his cross and the score. Ibrahimovic, moreover, 2-1 Galaxy. Imagine a psychopath that is 6 feet tall and is yelling in your face from the crowd. I've heard a lot worse football stories than that one. Let's say a gamer moves into a haunted house and, terrified, leaves the nation. Please give it some thought. When a different player scored, the supporters booed him. There's no need for you to consider it. To view this video, click this link. Football is a sport that evokes intense passion, fierce rivalries, and unforgettable moments, both on and off the pitch. While the game is celebrated for its beauty and camaraderie, it also has its share of controversies and disrespectful incidents that have left fans and players alike in disbelief. These stories, as shocking as they may be, serve as a reminder of the intense emotions and high stakes that come with the beautiful game, in addition to asking him to like and subscribe to the video. Until next time, keep the spirit of the game alive.